The elephant who painted the sky. At the edge of a forgotten forest where the trees bent as if whispering to one another, and the wind smelled faintly of old spice and rain, there lived an elephant named Samir. He was not like the others. While his kin bathed in the river and trumpeted joy at dawn, Samir watched the sky. Every evening, just as the sun dipped below the hills, Samir would sit alone atop a gentle rise, his heavy form outlined by the amber glow. He studied the clouds, how they curled and thinned, how light bled into mauve and copper and gold. His eyes, soft and dark, held something vast. The others in the herd laughed gently when they passed him. "Samir, what do you hope to see in the clouds?" they would ask. Samir never answered. One morning after a storm had rolled away, and the earth still steamed with the scent of newness, Samir found a cluster of crushed berries near a hollow log. They oozed a deep red. He dipped his trunk in them out of curiosity, then brushed it across a flat stone nearby. The mark it left shimmered in the sun. Curious, Samir gathered more: indigo petals, yellow dust from ground turmeric roots, the black soot of old firewood. Soon he began returning to the rise not just to watch the sky, but to echo it. Every dusk he painted. Using his trunk like a calligrapher's brush, he swept strokes of color onto old bark, stones, and patches of earth. Not for others, only for himself, though the wind always seemed to carry the scent of pigment farther than expected. Word spread as it does, even among birds and beasts. A macaw with eyes like marbles spoke of the elephant who mimicked sunsets. A fox who passed by on silent paws said the shapes Samir painted looked like dreams she couldn't quite remember. Eventually, the others came. They climbed the rise, uncertain and blinking in the strange hues of twilight. They watched silently as Samir, unaware of them, dipped into crushed lavender and marked a broad curve across an ochre slab. When he turned and saw them watching, he paused, but not out of fear. A quiet passed between them, the kind that only comes when the heart speaks in tones unspoken. He nodded once, then turned back to his work. After that, the herd no longer questioned his stillness at dusk. They began to gather each evening not to mock but to witness. Some brought berries, others laid out leaves in delicate patterns, learning from Samir's silent ways. The forest itself seemed to lean closer, as if listening. Years passed, and though Samir's body grew slower, his art deepened. The rise became known beyond the trees, an open-air gallery of skies no one had seen but everyone remembered. Travelers whispered stories of an elephant whose paintings calmed storms and quieted even the most restless hearts. And on the last night of his life, as the sun set in a sky brushed with impossible colors, Samir lifted his trunk one final time and traced a line so fine and fluid it seemed to hum in the air. Then he rested. No wind blew that night. No leaf stirred. Only the stars looked down, scattered across the sky like spilled paint, and remembered him. And sometimes now, when the clouds arrange themselves just right and the light softens in a certain way, one might say the sky looks painted, not by chance, but by memory, by Samir, the elephant who painted the